Hello again, everyone. Saka here, and welcome back to PowerWash Simulator. And when we last left off, we did the farm, which was a crazy long mission. And today we are settling into the Stone Circle here in Power Falls. I'm already impressed. Not everyone can follow coordinates, you know. In fact, I can name 3 local power washers who can. To fill you in, after those amazing monuments in the desert turned out to be linked to an ancient aquatic race, it suddenly dawned on us that this monument out in the national park might be linked to them in some way. I don't mind admitting that it's currently got me more stumped than rooted remains of a felled tree, but like all things, it will only reveal itself once clean. So, looks like kind of a smaller job, which I am all about. Yeah, not too awful much. So we can go around the circle, and I imagine our pizza pan can do the work here on a flagstone. I'm not sure what kind of secrets will be revealed, but we will uncover those for sure. Park Ranger Adams, so what do you think? Any ideas what it might be yet? I just started, man. Nope, still too early. I'll leave you to it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, let's get out our 3,000 here. Shouldn't take too awful long to get these flagstones and whatnot. Don't know if we'll have to line symbols up or whatnot, but that is flagstone done. All right, cool. Yeah, and we'll just get the top edge. Hopefully, whoops, we can get our industrial washer and then be pretty much done with the washer purchase. And then we can get all the attachments and whatnot and basically have free reign to spend our money however we want to after that. Yeah, we'll get the top of this stone pillar. Cool. Yeah, this is nice and handy. We don't have to worry about getting on a ladder as such, which is always handy. Anything we can do from the ground should be nice and quick. Yeah, I'm not seeing. I mean, we have some symbols here, kind of like an arrowhead and an arrow itself, or I don't know, that could be corn. Yeah, I'm not seeing much of anything, to be honest. Nothing that would immediately tip me off on what these symbols mean. All right, so that should be top done. Yeah, these undersides are going to pose a little bit of a threat. It's interesting that it goes from, like, you know, very easily reached, and then it starts adding some complexity as we go around these stones. So there's the top. Yeah, we'll get the middle pillar here. Oh, so we got an octagon. Stop. So that's what this means. Basically, stop. Don't do anything that would upset the aquatic people. Not sure. Oh, yeah, I see you. A little bit of a crevice there. Yeah, got that. Got that. And got that. Outstanding. Yeah, I think we'll leave the dais for last. We'll work on all of the pillars and the big pillar on the back. And then we'll do the dais last. Whatever that dais is might reveal exactly what this place is. And it could just be a big red herring. The park ranger might have sent us on a bit of a wild goose chase. Who knows? Cool. So now we just hit the base. And all our base belong to us. So some mountains, perhaps? Well, cool. So that is that pillar done. One more pillar. Let's bring a ladder over. Hit. Whew, just barely. A little bit tricksy to get up here. I would kind of like the scissor lift. But we can get things done with just a ladder. We'll take it. And I think the rest can be got from the bottom. I'll go ahead and grab our extension now. Now that things are getting a little bit elevated. So wavy lines. So does that represent an ocean or water? Ironically, we are a bit of a water god ourselves. Alright, so then we'll get the underside base here. Excuse me, ladder. Inconvenient ladder placement, we got it. Interesting. Large pillar capital is not done. So what did we mess up on? I wonder if there's like a little crevice. Ah, I see ya. Yep, right on the edge. Got it. Big pillar here. Oh, we have like a diamond? No, a pentagon. Alright, so we've got 8 and 5. I tell you, my explorer sense is tingling from all the RPGs that I played. I'm thinking like numbers of the number of sides or the number of points on all these symbols might have something to do with this mystery. Oh, that looks like it needs a little bit of soap. And then the square, open square. That's taken care of. So we've got 4 and 5 on this one, 8 on the other. I wonder if it's a combination. Who knows? Alright, yeah, there's a top edge. Shouldn't take too long to get this top edge and this base done. So large rectangles and a wave and little dots. Fascinating. Yeah, nothing is standing out to me as far as a pattern goes. Excuse me, ladder. And what we'll do, we'll get the other small ones on the other side and hit up. Cool. All right. Straight lines here. Get in that crevasse, please. All right. So this large pillar's done. Then there is just this, yeah, the arch. So we'll go ahead and work over here. See if the symbols are the same on each of its corresponding bits. So we have a bit of an arrow here pointing to the square. That arrow there is pointing to the square. Yeah, I'm gonna laugh if this turns out to be a whole lot of nothing. Yep, cool. Got that. Wavy lines at the bottom. Did the other side have wavy lines at the bottom? No. Okay, so this is kind of a different design with a lower, with like a different cake stack. Is the best way I can describe it, like a layer cake. So it's kind of like an inverted layer cake. It was bigger on the bottom, smaller at the top. It's kind of like a different bit. All right, big ladder. So that can go on the arch. So we'll use that to get up. And we'll grab our regular old ladder here. Yeah, I'm thinking that dome might open. Like, that's the gamer in me. Like, yeah, once we get all this done, that central dome will open, revealing whatever secrets might be here. At least that's what I would think would happen. But who knows if this is native. I don't know what kind of technology they had if they weren't helped by aliens. The old humans didn't build the pyramids. Aliens did. All right, the Capitol. All right. There we go. I was going to say little nooks. Yeah, I'm excited to get to the heavy-duty washer, that is for sure. That way, we could probably get away with not soaping much of anything once we get it. Not sure, like, the windows and whatnot still might have a lot of caked-on dirt. And what kind of symbol is that? That's like a shield. No, it's like a G or something. Yeah, I am perplexed. So, new symbols on this side as well. And I wonder if the arch has all of these corresponding symbols on it. Maybe it's an order or something of that nature. There's the rectangles once more. Does give you appreciation for actual archaeologists who might uncover things and try to translate old glyphs. Like when people first encountered hieroglyphs, what in the gravy, you know? Getting words and meaning out of symbols. All right, can we get up here from this little ladder? Heh. Nice. And then we'll have to be mindful of the edges like we saw last time. Pizza pan might not be a bad idea here with that runoff. All right, got the symbol. And there's the top good. I think we've got... Nope. Make sure we just get the edges. And they're not flush, so dirt can hide. Interesting, so there's really no topper on this one. And it's kind of at a funny angle, too. It's almost like falling over. Cool, squares are got. Yeah, I think the rounded edges might help us get water around. Interesting triangle situation. Huh. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in these symbols that would lead me to any kind of conclusion. A diamond. Hopefully that means riches. We could definitely use some. And with 33, you know, 1/3 of the way done, I'm surprised the park ranger hasn't got back to us yet. Possibly coming soon. Hopefully the park ranger can provide some insight on what these symbols mean, but they're a park ranger, not an archaeologist. They know everything about the area, but they might not know the specifics here. All right, so that is the pillars done. We'll start at the top of the arch. Interesting, okay. So I imagine the inside of the arch is going to be pretty tricky. The top of the arch we need to get up on. This reminds me of the gas station for sure, where it had that wooden sign with the rounded top bit. That's what this reminds me of. Have to be very careful to get inside this whole donut. Mmm, donuts. All right, I think we're good from the back side here. Let's get this top zone taken care of. And I don't think, yeah, we don't have enough footing to hit it from the front while we're up here. That's what our extension is for. So we'll just make sure that this arch is taken care of as best we can from the backside. Yeah, then we'll have the other edge to take care of. And if I had to make a guess from the look at our progress meter, most of the dirt is going to be on the front of this thing. Not much to them, is there? Not going to lie, I was at least hoping for the odd sentence here and there. Yeah, well, I mean, my man, this could be a complete paragraph that they're writing. We just don't know. Still, 2 ideas spring to mind. Please share. And he's going to hold those ideas to himself, isn't he? Yes, I have the most amazing idea. Stay tuned. Yeah, Pizza Pan will make short work of this arch lintel. I haven't heard lentil, though my Latin is leaves a lot to be desired. I don't know the root word for where lintel would have came from. It's certainly not close to any word that I'm familiar with, except for lentils. All right. Excuse me, ladder. Yeah, let's put you on the front. I imagine our extension can make, yeah, short work of these sides. All right, so now we'll put the ladder over here. Work on the very tippy top. And another symbol there for the taking. Hopefully our high power wash can get in there. A little bit of a indentation. All right, cool, got that. Cool, got that. A sun. All right, so the sun is not separate. It's part of the arch lintel. All right, cool. Got that. Let's work on the back side. Thank you, extension, for being awesome. Some trees back there. All right. And upside down V, maybe So in Sunset in the Forest, is that kind of what we're doing? Not sure. All right, so yeah, the lintel is separate from the pillar. So be sure to edge the lintel. Yep, mystery indeed. Curiouser and curiouser. Yeah, almost too close for that extension. All right, lintel taken care of. That's what I like to see. We'll work on the pillars, I suppose. Get our border set up here. One side done. Make sure the pillar base is edged. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of a little awkward. Let's bring this little ladder over so we can get the little bit of elevation needed to really get in that edge and hit the top. Yeah, I think we're good to take off the extension now. All right. We can't put it on the... Oh, okay, I was going to say we can't put it on the dais. All right, cool. Nice. That's what I was hoping for. All right. So more trees, maybe a person, an arrow. Park Ranger, I would really appreciate any feedback you have thus far, because I know I'm stumped. And I don't know the history of this place, so I wouldn't even have a baseline clue on where to even start. All right. Park Ranger, idea 1. We're looking at an ancient form of Floria's lava. Well, I don't know about that. Folks would stand on the columns and try to knock one off their perches. So the first edition of American Gladiators, then. Goodness knows what with, but if I had to guess, I'd say salmon. A 30-pound salmon would knock anyone off their perch. I guess that's true. Have you tried such things as these? Is that what you do for fun, Park Ranger? Slap people with fish? Which I have no doubt a 30-pound salmon would knock someone off their perch if propelled by someone who could wield the 30-pound salmon effectively. Ask a kid to wield a 30-pound salmon, they might not have the right oomph. Get momentum behind the 30-pound salmon. Yeah, we might need a little step ladder. Yep, so we got that little step ladder. Hit it from corner to corner. There we go. Got that. Awesome. That's what we needed. Yeah, and then after this is just the dais. This one's definitely going quicker than that barn did, that is for sure. And I don't know what the next job will be. But if I had to make a guess of our patterns, it kind of gives us a breather after a difficult one. And then it throws a very complicated mess at us right after. So we're pretty much timed to get the really big mess. All right, so this slab. Pizza pan. See how good we can get it. Kind of bumpy with all these gems and jewels. It makes me wonder if this is like the kind of jewel that was taken from the merman's head. Yeah, we'll have to come and get the edges, I would say. I don't think the pizza pan is getting the edges. We are getting every slab, though. Making quick work. Oh, and then the slabs kind of go away. So I would say that's kind of an entry point. Or we know where the front is in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, we'll just do a lap. We'll hit the edge. And then that way we know everything on the inside of the dais is what to focus on. Yeah, slabs are ticking nice. We don't have to go over them too awful much with our pizza pan. And there we go. We've made one lap. Let's get out our blaster and just kind of hit the edge. Yeah, those cracks are going to be interesting. But yeah, I think this will be a point where we can just use the pizza pan the rest of the way, unless there's some intricate gems on the inside that will need some special attention, but we should be okay. All right, cool. So that is outer slab done. I guess we'll just start here. Seems like a good place to start. Yeah, we'll just do laps. Now, I don't know, since this is all considered outer slab, it's not into pizza slices. Oh, that's a, yeah, it's a big gem. Okay. But it's putting down quite a bit of water. We can definitely make good progress with this. Little inconvenient bobbles here and there, but the pizza pan is doing the work at the speed we are going. Okay, so each one is an individual outer slab. And yeah, things like that'll be tricky when we have a gem to do. Oh, wow. Pizza pan was unaffected. Well, we'll fix their little red wagon. Let's get this whole gem, or the inner floor large rock. Big old turquoise honking thing. Idea 2. It's a practice table from some kind of primitive parkour. Well, I don't know about that. Remember, these were merfolk, so presumably much more flexible than us. Their omega-3 levels must have been through the roof. Being a fish, I suppose. All right, so it stands to reason the park ranger really don't know what's going on either. So we can't rely on a local expert. Because the local expert is kind of a quack. All right, so I think a few more laps is all we'll need, and then we'll have the outer slabs done. Then we can work on the inner slabs and the adjoining gems. Okay, once again, the rock is unaffected by the pizza pan. We'll fix you. Yeah, and I imagine this rock is going to be... not too bad. I thought that other rock was going to be as difficult, but not too much. All right, cool. One more lap. That one's good. 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 All right. I like it, I like it, I like it. That one's good. That one's good. Cool. Keep on keeping on. That one's good. Yes. Okay, that's kind of funny. That's a steep angle. There we go. That one's good. That one's good. And that one's good. All right, so the outer floor slabs are all taken care of, and I think we hit every single rock. And now we have a nice border to follow. Inner floor slabs. And this should go along swimmingly. Pun intended. And then I think the last thing we have to do would be the inner rock. Yeah, we're making short work of this. Can't argue with completely flat. Now, I do see some inner rocks there that might pose an issue. I imagine we'll have to come at them with the actual washer and get into the little cracks. But the majority of this stuff is good. All right. Keep on keeping on. This is certainly working. All right. So I think all the inner slabs are done. It's going to be interesting to hit from this top here. It almost looks like a bubble creature or something. Yeah, we'll just go right alongside there. It does concern me that we don't have the list up of things to hit yet. So we might have missed like a rock or two. All right, so dioxides and then large pillar, medium pillar carving. So that large pillar is up. Okay, so we missed a bit on this large pillar. All right, so that's large pillar done. Medium pillar carvings. Okay. Stop sign. And that. Now it's saying that it's up there. Oh, it's on the tip top of this. Cheeky bugger. All right, so medium pillar carving good, and probably the one at the top as well. Figures. Yep. Small pillar carvings. Oh wow, we hardly got that pillar carving at all. Yeah, I see ya. All right, job complete. Deputy Warden Indy has bagged us a bargain rock climbing park. But gosh darn it, not even a tree frog would want to climb in its current condition. Can you come clean? I can come clean. Yeah, and I see those rocks on the outside, so it's not just the central pillar we're going to have to do. Let's see our progress here on the standing stones. Yeah, not too stressful, not too difficult. I'm not opposed to that. Just a few things that we didn't do. Well, it doesn't look like there's much to it after all, but it looks great clean just the same. Thanks for your help, Pete Cleaning. Anytime. All right, so we'll head to our home base here. Call this one good. Yeah, didn't spend too much time on it. And where, aha, the stone circle. All right, so next time, everyone, we are heading back to Muckingham and looking at the rock climbing park. So a lot of intricate little bits and bobs under these handholds, which I'm not too happy about. But that will do it for me, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next PowerWash Sim video. Take care.